Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mr. Weatherman Forecast. I hope you had a happy and a very nice Monday. So, here we want to make a discussion again, a second update on this severe thunderstorm that will happen for us again. The slight risk outlook for Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas. This is what's happening. So, let's get started with this video. So, for the first start, we're gonna go on with this one. So many of you guys been looking at what's gonna happen. Now look what's happening. For tomorrow, we're expected to have an outbreak of a severe thunderstorm expected Wednesday across the lower Mississippi Valley and southeast. All severe hazards are possible, including widespread damaging winds over some 75 miles per hour and several tornadoes, which some could be strong for an EF2 tornado. Now, let's see what's happening because we want to make sure we are updated for day 2. So here we have the moderate risk of severe weather that will happen for Memphis, Baton Rouge, Mobile, and Jackson and Tuscaloosa. Those are the areas that are expected that will have. Those are the expectations that we'll have for tomorrow. So for the tornado, we do have a big severe risk for Memphis, New Orleans, Birmingham, Baton Rouge, and Montgomery. Even for the other ones are higher and some are on the lower side. So for the wind, we have a huge threat for the wind. We have the big risk, which is for Memphis, New Orleans, Birmingham, Baton Rouge, and Montgomery. And as the other ones are showing in different states or different counties that you guys are. And for the hail, that's the small threat for you'll have. That's for Houston, Texas, Indianapolis, Indiana, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana. That's are the areas that you guys are expected to have it for tomorrow. Now, what about the other one? Well, let's check about the day one. Let's talk about day one. What's happening? So for the current discussion that we're looking out at this one. I'll show you guys on the radar, but this one will show you what's happening. Where is it happening? For Dallas, Texas is for the slight risk. It's for Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Omaha, and even for the marginal risk is for Austin, Springfield, and Sioux Falls, and Tyler and Round Rock. Those are the areas that are expected. With a tornado, that is around 5% chance. So for the 5% chance are for Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Tulsa, uh, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, and Overland, Kansas. Even for the 2% chances for Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Omaha, Arlington, and Plano, Texas. Those are the areas that are expected to have a tornado. Even for the wind, we have a 15% chance of wind for Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Omaha. Those are the same areas that are expected. And the hail, again, we have a 15% chance for the same, well, not same, but yeah, same areas that are expected for Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Omaha, um, even for Wichita and Lincoln, and even for the 5% chances for Dallas, Austin, Fort Worth, Tulsa, and Arlington. So those are the areas. But this isn't over because later, day 2, day 3, this is the threat that we have. Oh, day 3 is the expectation that we have. Now, as I told you, this is where I live in the southeastern of Virginia. So this is where I am. Somewhere around here. This is where I live. And I'm telling you guys, I'm going to be right here in the slight risk of severe weather. So we're going to make a live stream for Thursday. So don't worry. This will happen. Don't worry. I hope you guys will be safe, and I hope the storm doesn't get severe. Cause I learned that the slight risk is a short-living thunderstorm, which can happen. So if you guys can search it up, it's if the slight risk is actually a low threat. It's a level 2 threat that will happen. But so let's keep talking about this thing. For the day three, Baltimore, for the slight risk, Baltimore, Washington, Raleigh, Norfolk, even for Greensboro, even for the marginal risk is for New York, Philadelphia, Jacksonville, Charlotte, and even for Virginia Beach. That's what's happening. So we have a day three convective outlook, and even for the probabilistic, this is what's showing you guys the 15% chance. I'm in the 15% chance. That is where it's going to happen. So we will have to make a live stream if you guys want to be safe and looked out. And the cities, they're showing you guys what the city is. Here's the cities and the states that are expected to have. These are the areas. These are too much to read. But I'll leave the screen so you guys can read this out because this is huge. This is a huge threat. Well, not a huge threat because it's a level 2 threat. So in the model viewers, I want to show you guys on the NAM 3 kilometer model. How's it going to look like? So I'm going to show you guys what's happening. So we're on the NAM 3 kilometer model, and this is what's happened. This is what's going to happen for the 29th. So we are on the 29th. This is what's going on. Now look at this. As we go further, we'll stop right here. Okay, so right here for Texas, we have this line of storms right here for the portions of Texas and Oklahoma City, or Oklahoma. I'm sorry for saying it. That's around 2 a.m. on March 30th. But later, it's going to expand even further and further, going to the southeast and for the northeast. And as I said, this is expanding. It's expanding like this. It's going to a squall line, and that's why I'm telling you guys. That's right here. We're gonna show you what's happening. Now we stop right here. This is the threat that you guys are expected to have. See that squall line? That is a squall line of severe thunderstorms that will happen. Now for the southeastern, I I know this is gonna happen. There's gonna be a tornado, an EF2 tornado that will happen. That's what it's about to happen for. On the 31st, it stops because it doesn't go further. So on the wind model, we'll show you guys the height wind. This is what's happening. So I'll show you guys. I'll go back where I began. Now here it goes. First, it goes like this, but later I'm gonna go faster speed so you guys can go further. So for this area, as later, this is where on the March 29th. This is what's happening. Here around Oklahoma and right here, we have this high risk. We have this huge wind, which I would say somewhere around 80 to 96. But later we go further and it dissipates. But later, this is what I'm showing you guys. This is what's happening. The threat starts like this. If I go back, this is where it's going to start. The threat will start at around 8 p.m. for this area, as I told you guys, for the southeast and the northeast. Right here. This is the northeast. Well, clearly this is the northeast. This is the area that will happen. And even for this area as well, I'm going to make sections where is it happening, because that is the threat that will happen. So further ado, let's keep going. So as later, we go back here. As later continues on, we have this huge excessiveness of wind for this place for the south central of the United States, even for the central of the United States, even for the northeast and the southeast. But that's what's going to happen further. Now, later, as it goes further, we have this excessiveness of wind. This is where the threat of tornadoes could happen. I would say somewhere around the millimeters or the miles that are going. We can have like around 80, and the light color is for 96. But if it goes further, it will be excessiveness of wind. This is what's going on. But later, if it goes to the higher color, then that means it's an excessiveness of wind. So further, it will turn like this. This is where the tornado could appear somewhere around for this area, for the southeastern of the USA. Because later we go further, it's gonna go further, and later, this is what's happening. It's going to go right here. We stop right here because it doesn't go further. this is what's gonna happen in the Northeast. Right here, we have this system that is about to happen, and this is where I am. I'm right here, a line from here. This is where I'm from. This is where I live, and I call the place home. And I want to be safe, so I don't lose electricity or anything else like that. When we make the live stream, if the power goes out, then I will tell you guys the power has just went away or the power's just went out. So further ado, it will happen. This will happen for around for the let's see, give it a minute. For the 31st and even for the 20 for the 30th and the 29th. That's what's happening. So further we'll show you guys the vorticity, which I'm gonna show you guys. Or let's show about the tornado, that's what's happening. So I'll show you guys what happens. I told you guys on the first thing, I told you about the dew points, that's what's going to happen. But first we're going to show you guys the severe weather threat. Now, we're going to use this on CAPE. The capability, I can't remember what was the full name, but this is what's going to happen. For the CAPE model, we'll show you guys what's happening. So let this load. This is what's happening. I'll give it a minute. Just want to make sure it works properly. No, I don't need subscriptions. Right? Okay, there you go. So this is what's happening. The capability threat will happen for here. This is for the southeast and the northeast. Those are the areas that are expected. But let's keep going further because we're not done yet. We're here to show you guys what's happening. All right. So around Sunday, Friday, 31st, 1st. Okay, let's go to 30th. 30th. This is what's happening. This is what I told you guys about the storm. It's for the central side of the United States, the south central side, and for the March, I think for the March 31st. This is for March 31st. This is where it's happening. But it's not touching anywhere near the states, but this is where it's happening somewhere around states. So further, we go to the April 1st. This is where it's happening. If you go right here, this is what's happening. I think it's going to show you guys. I don't know. So I don't think it shows a lot, but we'll show you guys on the, let's see, probably on the base. I think I'm going to have to show you guys the supercell composite. This is where it's going to happen. So we have the nasty cells that will happen. So give it a minute because I'm not much of a technician. I'm more of a meteorologist, not technology. Well, yeah, meteorology is technology. Let's go further. So this is where the cells are going on. This later, give it a minute. Go back. Right here. No. Give it a minute. This is the storm this is what I'm telling you guys. The nasty cells for here. This is for the Louisiana and Mississippi. Those are the areas that are expected to have a tornado. This is where it could happen. The light color, this is where it's for the 10 to the 12. Even for some for the 14s. Those are the possibilities of having a supercell. So that's what's gonna happen for Wednesday. That's gonna be for the let's see, give it a doesn't show the time, but it shows when it's gonna happen. So we're gonna go back. The vorticity. I want to show you guys when the vorticity will happen. Give it a minute. Vorticity. So here's the vorticity. Here we have, go back, where was I? Right here. So the vorticity shows the threat that's happening, but this isn't over because we go further. I know it isn't that fast, but it actually will show you guys. So this is where it's happening. Oh, I think I pressed wrong. So this is where it's happening. We have we have a huge threat right here, but we'll stop right here. We'll stop where it's gonna be at the threat. So for the March 29th, this is where it's happening. We have the line of winds right here for the central side of the United States. Go back further. This is what's happening. It's gonna go lower. I'm sorry, guys. This is not how fast it goes. Right here. This is a threat that will happen. That's for around March 30th into the 31st. It goes right here for this side, this side, this side, and even for the northeast right here. Even for the northeast, this is where it's happening. We have a northeast threat. So basically that's it for today. So if you guys enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe to the channel. And I hope you guys have a, well, if the storm actually will happen for tonight, we can probably make a live stream. So have a nice day, and I hope the storm doesn't become that too strong for a threat like this. So goodbye, guys.